Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the greatest watch market update show. The most truthful watch market update show. I honestly believe that we are the number one truthful, truth teller there is in the watch, you know, um, internet platform. We are here without no kind of interest, of any kind. We just do this because we like to do it, to help you watch fanatics and collectors, and you know, help you guys out with what's happening out there. Because nobody will tell you what's going on out there, and so we'll do that. We'll tell you the truth. All right, we're number one at that. We're number one at telling you the truth at all times. I also want to ask all of you for a big favor. Please don't forget to share our video, like our video, and if you will like, don't forget to subscribe to our, channel. This is it's pretty hard when there's some words that you might ask yourself, well, why does he use these kind of words? Well, these are words that I have to use them that way because if I don't use them, I get shut. So I have to be very careful with the words I use. So please bear with me when you hear me say Corona beer. You must know what Corona beer means, all right? If you don't know what Corona beer is, you ask one of the fellow subscribers and they would explain that to you, all right? So please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our video, and if you would like, please share our video. Thank you. Saludos, Alberto. Ciao, Alberto. Ciao, Alberto. I was in vacation with my wife. We were out for some time. You guys didn't even notice it, but I was out of town, out of the city, out of the country. But I'm back. I'm back, and I spoke to you sometime this morning, and I told you I was gonna go live, and I am going live. I'm right now live. Okay, estoy en vivo y en color. Saludos, saludos. Um, One of the first things I want to touch bases with you guys is the ones that are following gold. Right now, the price of ounce of gold is at $3,322 an ounce. Platinum, the price of platinum is at $1,383 an ounce. And to the ones that are following silver, which I'm involved in all those, materials. Gold, platinum, and silver. I'm involved in all three of them. The ounce of silver is at $36.63 an ounce. All right, guys? So just to let you guys know. I'm also watching a documentary that I think all of you should watch. It's called Rolex, the most secretive watch company in the world. And I told you guys who these guys run with, and I think you guys should see it so you understand what I say. Who Rolex runs with? They're a secretive company that that hangs out with the likes of with the Bilderbergers and BlackRock and State Street, Vanguard, all that. And this documentary that I'm watching, which is that right there, it tells you a lot of what's happening, how those people are. Listen, without a doubt, Rolex is the king of watches. It don't matter what other watches come in, you're still gonna be second, third, fourth, fifth place. While Rolex is the king of watches. They're the king of watches. We might talk about Paddock, we might talk about AP, we might talk about FP Journe, whatever you want to talk about, but the king of watches is Rolex. So I also recommend you guys should see the most it's called Rolex, the most secretive company in the world. And I'm telling you, they belong to Bohemian Grove. They belong to the Masons, the Masonic. They belong to all that. But just to let you know, maybe you should take a look see at that. Ladies and gentlemen, there's another situation that I wanted to address to you guys, and it's a subject that exactly, exactly, exactly. You're absolutely right, Greg. You're on top. You're on top of it. There's a gentleman which I call him in a kind way, in a sweet way, because you know that in this channel we don't use nobody's name, not because I'm scared or any of the above. The only person I'm scared, I'm not even gonna share with you who I'm scared of. You know, I'm not scared of no man. How's that? I'm not scared of no man. I think it's an ethical thing and the right thing to do, not to use people's names. You know, I use my name, which is Juan Felipe Nieves, and I use Joaquin to you, Kino to me. All right. So we have a gentleman that he is the one that he's always bringing subliminal message to you people out there. And right now, they don't have a lot of watches that they keep, they keep on pushing on you. You know, the Fabulous Five, the Fabulous Four, the Fab Four, the Fab Five, like the Beatles, like the Chicago Bulls, the Five, the Fabulous Five. So, Richard Mille, Adamas Piquet, Patek Philippe, Rolex, Vacheron, that kind of stuff. So now they're starting to push a watch which ideally like, ideally like. And it's called Bell and Ross. They make the square watch. Good afternoon, Thurston. The square watch, Bell and Ross. And this gentleman, Deputy Boxing Black Eyes, is pushing now Bell and Ross. Bell and Ross. Bell and Ross are unbelievable watches, but he's pushing that watch. He will make fun of it. He didn't think much of it. But now, since the watch market is dead and there's not that many outs no more, because ladies and gentlemen, you have to get it through your head. The watch market is dead. They try to fool. You know what? They tried there. They had a 2 month run, pushing and hyping up artificially the prices of watches, which is dead. It's dead. There's another platform, ladies and gentlemen, that is very well respected. Is very, very well respected, but you need to belong in that platform. Is a big forum, and gentlemen get involved in there, lawyers, doctors, multimillionaires, billionaires. This is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. And you hear what they talk and you listen to them, and because they're all keyboard warriors and they're right down there and they're saying it. The watch market is dead at this moment, and it's going to take some time for the watch market to go back up again. But they even mention my name. They say that crazy, Latino, from Miami. He's been saying it for the last 3 years and a half that the watch market is dead. And they have had to say that, yes, he is right. We might say whatever we say about that Latino. They call me the Cuban guy, They think that everybody that's Latin is Cuban, but they're different, Latin people out there, But they have used my name, They use my name, that guy over there has been saying it, and he is right. It's a good platform. It's how do you call that platform? It's a platform where they talk a lot about. I call it like a bathhouse full of men, and they get together there and they exchange names, words, exchange information from each other. How do you call that thing? It's like a forum. I forgot the name of it, but they're all there, and their number one fan in that channel is the ones that control it there is Deputy Boxing Black Eyes, the Walrus Fat Bastard. what's the name of that gentleman? Trucking sweat stained hat with jumbo whiteout ears. You know, he's there, and no other than Prune Face, he's there too. You know, so these guys are there talking about this, and they get real sissed off. You know, sissed off. I can't use words because they'll block me. You know, they'll do the block on me. You know, they'll do the block on me because I say too much. You know, too much information that I give. You know, for free. You know, if I would charge for the information, they don't care because they're happy. You know, but they get together there, ladies and gentlemen, and what they talking there is unbelievable, and they're ripping everybody, every single watch. If you don't know this, every single watch YouTuber is getting ripped in that platform. You know, I forgot the name of that platform. What's the name of that platform? You know, it's can somebody give me? If you give me a name, I'll say yes right away. If you put the name of what I'm trying to say, they talk about. They even have their page of Rolex. They have a page there dedicated to to the definitely boxing black eyes and all those fellas. You know, it's not a Rolex forum, Thurston, but you're getting close. It's like a little figure. You know, little ears. It comes out. I mean, what's the name of that thing, man? Anyway, it's there. And my next, if I remember now, as the show goes on, I'll tell you quickly what it is. But they're talking about me, and I'm proud of that because they don't like me. They dislike me, but I never use their names, so I'm cool. Yeah, it's like a little club of mouses, of cucarachas, a bunch of cockroaches, and they're there. So, they're saying they're giving me props that gentleman, that Latin Cuban guy, the crazy guy, with the white hair and the white goatee, he's been saying it and he is absolutely right. So I want to thank, all of them. Oh, I know what it's called. You see, I got it now. You ready, boys? You're going to love this. It's called Bet It. Bet It. Bet It. Bet It. Is it Bet It? You know what I'm trying to say, right? Wet It. Read it. Bread it. Something like that, okay? You know what I'm trying to say? Uncle, you want to know who Uncle Johnny is? Uncle Johnny is that's the one, Thurston. That is the one right there. There it is. And me, I'm coming out there. They're talking about me. And they say, get that name out of it. They even take when they hear my name, they delete the message because they don't want to hear about me. Because they say that I've been for 3 years and a half promoting the truth. Thank you, Thurston, very, very much. That is the name of it. What did I say? I say, wet it, let it. That's the one. And we come out there as these guys are the original ones saying that the watch market is dead. And we have to say the truth. He is right. The watch market is dead. These are people from that group. They're unbelievable, these guys. These guys, it's like a bathhouse, They walk around with towels. Man, I don't know what they do. I don't care. To each his own with what they do. You know what I'm saying. Thank you, Thurston. There you go. So you know what I'm saying. And every time they hear my name, Juan Felipe Nieves from Opus in Time, they go crazy. They still talk about the gentleman trucking sweat stained hat with jumbo whiteout ears. You're not gonna believe that. They still love that guy. I'm telling you. You know exactly a steam room. They're all. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know because I don't know. And like I said again, I'm a very open-minded man. So whatever you like to do, that's up to you. You do whatever you want to do. I don't care. But thank you very much, Thurston, for saying the name. I forgot about it. I'm a star there, man. Every time my name comes out, boom, they delete me. They delete me, and that's it. And, because they want me out. They want me out, but they can't get me out. They're never going to be able to get me out. I'm telling you. Never, because I speak the truth. So they're talking about now the subliminal messages, Bell and Ross watches, Panerai watches. And let me explain to you. I have Bell and Ross watches right here. I have Panerai watches, and they're talking about Panerai watches. They're bringing these watches back again because these people, when the big hype, that big balloon came, they only dedicated themselves to sell the F.U.B.A.R. Rolex, AP, Patek, Richard Mille, Vacheron Constantin. You put the fifth one. Yeah, but they're bringing them back again. Exactly, Mr. Dona, but it's coming back again. Because this is what they do to you people. They pass along the subliminal message that these are the watches that they are happening again. Hello, saludos, Mike. Hello, Mike. So they're bringing these watches back again. They're bringing back the watches that you thought they were not going to talk about. So Deputy Boxing Black Eyes with his sidekick, Jiminy Cricket, the Chia Pet Spray Can Hair, they're promoting these watches again. Just to let you know what's going on, just to let you know what's going on, and you need to know that. So, just so you guys know what's happening, I also want to say something else to you, ladies and gentlemen. And I feel that this channel is as organic as it can be, I have an iPhone, and from that iPhone, I make my live streams for all of you. But we have a series of gentlemen's subscribers in this channel that keep on sending me messages that, I like your channel, but you should invest on a mic that you clip it in your eyeglasses, you clip it in your ear, you clip it in your shirt, because we can't hear you that well. And they're telling me all this stuff about Mike. And I've never, I don't buy no mic or nothing, because it's not me. And, I think you guys hear me clearly with this. And they're telling me that I should buy a better camera, lighting, and all that good stuff. I'm not looking here for pity. No. I'm not looking. I'm just explaining to you what these Meshuggahs, are writing to me. And, if you guys, don't hear me, let me know. Can you guys hear me? Because, yeah, you guys can hear me. You see that? Gracias, Senti, Alberto está Senti. Yeah, I don't mean, what do you mean the truth hurts? Explain to me that when the truth hurts. I want to know about the truth hurts, and I try my best, I try my best to bring you knowledge of what's happening out there and who we are. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Exactly, And, so we have different people tell me you have a great channel. Your knowledge is unbelievable. You're a truth teller, all this, but your mic, I'm saying your mic. What's the matter? You're telling me I'm a truth teller. You're telling me you like my knowledge, but then you're telling me to buy a mic. I don't know what that means. Maybe you hear my voice more powerful or something. I don't know what it is. But, just to let you know about that, Also, ladies and gentlemen, there's something else that, again, we keep on talking about, something about that the situation in the watch industry is bad. We had and we passed a recession. I call it a recession. I don't care what you call it. I call it a recession because I'm stupid like that, And things were bad. Things were real bad there, real bad there for a moment, and prices were going down. But I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is a next recession coming our way again. Another one. It's coming. We can't deny it. We can't hide it, but it is here. Okay, Evan. Stage two. Coño, Mr. Donut. Coño, I have a new word. I learned a new word. And Mr. Donut teaches me every day something. It's called stage two of the recession. It's coming again, Papi. It's coming. There's no way to stop it. There's no way around it. It's just going to happen. I know that new gentleman over there, in Washington, D.C. over there with the new administration. Pero papi, this, I'm telling you, this is going to turn upside down. It's going to turn upside down. And so I want you guys to get ready for that. Tell them how I know. I know because I hang out with the Bilderbergers. I hang out with BlackRock. I hang out with, State Street, Understand me? I hang out with the Bohemian Grove. That's how I know. I know Paco Gambino. I know Paco Gambino. And this man has seen them all. It's unbelievable. 18 years, boom, it hits. It destroys everything. It's the 18 year. It's called the 18-year itch. Like when you get married, they call it the 5-year itch, 10, you know what I'm trying to say. Help me out, guys, help me out. You guys need to help me out. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And you guys need to know it. These people don't know what to do no more. They don't know what to do no more. Listen, guys, when you have to watch content, when you have to do, saludos, Dr. Evil, when you need to watch content, thank you, Thurston, thank you, it's going to happen, Thurston, it's going to happen, and it's going to catch you guys con los calzoncillos bajados. There you go. 2007, 2025. Papi, listen to me. I'm a student, When I was flying in the plane, I was in the plane flying, I was reading there, I was reading all these, the owners of the world, J.P. Morgan, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. Papi, these people ain't playing with Mickey Mouse change. These people ain't playing with pocket change. These people are not even playing with millions of dollars. These people are not even playing with billions of dollars. See, you guys don't know about that. These people playing with trillions. These motherfroggers are playing with trillions. Do you understand me? These motherfroggers, I haven't said a bad word, all right? These motherfroggers are playing with trillions and trillions of dollars. And me and you, we're not in that club. And me and you are never going to see that club. The only thing we can do to be in that club, you know what it is? You need to read. You need to read. These are brilliant minds, Papa. These are brilliant minds. And this is why I always keep on telling you, I'm going to go back to that, which I told you about this documentary that, you guys should watch, which is the most secretive company in the world. It's called Rolex. And who does Rolex run with? Rolex runs with all those people. You know what else, guys? I'm going to tell you something. Something again that, I read. I don't know if it's 100% true, but when I'm reading it, man, does it make a lot of sense. You know what else they say about Rolex? You know who they say owns Rolex for real? Can anybody put out there who you believe really owns Rolex? It's crazy, but it's the truth. Okay, BlackRock, that's good, but they're all together. You're right. You're on point. BlackRock, the Bilderbergers, Okay, I'll tell you. They say, again, I repeat, no la mafia, no la cosa nuestra. No la cosa nuestra. They say, but you know what? It's in Italy. But it is in Italy. How's that? I'm giving you a hint now. It is in Italy. Oh, it's in its own city. Its own city. Well, they say that the owners of Rolex is the Vatican. I mean, Papi, you know, you understand? You know, the Vatican. That's what they say. Papi is the most, nobody, there's no way this company could lose. There's no way. I have not seen a company that has never lost. El Vaticano, El Vaticano, El Papa. Papi, that's what they say. You know, you gotta. Yeah, are you putting that now? The Vatican, New Jersey, and NJZ. You putting that? There it is. If you're saying that, there it is. Exactly, exactly. Not including the most expensive art in the world. You know, it's there. You know, so it's crazy. You got this guy that he came out of nowhere. He was from poverty. The Hans, whatever his name is, from Rolex. You know, he was a poor guy. They put him there. They put him as a figure. El Vaticano, papi. El Vaticano. Are you for real, Dr. Evil? Let me know if you're for real. Let me know. You did. You see that? He did. I did. You see, and these are things that you know when you read and you go in there. I get lost in a book when I read. I get lost because I'm kind of a sugar, you know. I get lost when I'm reading in there. I get lost because there's no way these people are protected from everything. Mr. Blair, these people are protected from everything. Forget about Patek Philippe. Forget about Richard Mille. Forget about AP. You know, it's the king. You know, the king of watches. It's unbelievable. They have all the protection. You know, it's like the Colombo has the protection from the Gambinos to the Lucchese, Genovese. You know, you want me to keep on going? You understand what I'm trying to say? This is crazy. They're protected. They're untouchable. They're untouchable. But you guys don't know about that because you guys are skip hopping around through life like little rabbits. While I read for you guys and while I give you all this knowledge. You know, it's what it is. Lo Jesuit, exacto. There it is. We have another one. Because there's nobody that can touch that, man. Their secret is, their secret is this. You know who that is? Skull and Bones. You know, it's unbelievable. It's untouchable. You know, there's some people that really are secretive, for real. You know, secretive that, you know, that I don't want to get too much into this because I don't know if you guys are prepared for this, you know, but when you hang out with these people and, you know, like, I would like to go one day to, you know, to the Bohemian Grove to listen to the owl, you know, listen to the, you know, to the owl. You guys don't know about that, and that's fine. But you're hearing it from me, you know, because none of these, you know, window lickers are going to tell you none of this. Thank you, Thurston, so much. Thank you very much for that super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. You know, so it's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and some people don't know about that, and some people know about it. Like Mr. Thurston Howell. Mr. Thurston Howell is a man. He's an international man, so he understands. He understands what I'm saying. To some of you, you might be saying, "What is this guy talking about?" You know, exactly. And I'm gonna leave you with that. What is this guy talking about? Because it is what it is, Papi. These people control everything. These people, you know, when the Bilderbergers sit down to talk about, is to say what's going to happen. Forget about that guy in the White House with administration. He's a mashugana. With all due respect, he's a mashugana. You know what the Bilderbergers say, what BlackRock says, what Vanguard says, you know? Those people sit in the round table, you know, in a bunker all the way down, you know, over there in Colorado. You don't know about that. You guys don't know about that. With their secret highways underground. No, me estoy volviendo loco. I'm going crazy. I cannot be telling you about those things because, what I'm talking about is heavy stuff. I can't. But it is what it is. And these people in the watch industry, they try to. Thank you very much, Mr. Ed Blair, for that super chat. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart, Mr. Blair. Thank you so much. These people in the watch industry, they want to emulate these high secret society groups, and this is truth. You have people that they're truth tellers and they're doing a good job, telling you the truth, but suddenly they flip and they go to the dark side because they have been offered, perks and rewards, and they become another person. At one time they were truth tellers, and now they're no longer truth tellers. They want to go to the dark side. Me, I haven't gone to the dark side, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I haven't. And let me tell you something. I'm not. I've been doing this for 3 years. For me to go to the dark side, I'm going to be especially honest with you guys. Look, I'm going to tell you a story. There was a gentleman which I knew. And he was, I'm not going to get into what city, what country, I'm just going to tell you the story. There was a gentleman that he was a mayor of a city. He was a mayor. And some people had some land, but they couldn't do construction because it has some electricity and some things that they couldn't work out. I'm going to make the story quickly. So one man went over there to visit him, to the mayor, and told him that, listen and learn, that, we wanted to, cooperate. Thank you very much, Dr. Evil, for that super chat. Thank you very much, Dr. Evil. Thank you very much. That he wanted to help out with his political campaign so he can move on to a governor or another senate. Thank you very much, Mr. Evan Cabronal. Thank you very much. Wow, this is unbelievable, guys. I think I'm doing a good show today. I really do. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. To all of you, the ones that are here. So this gentleman over there, he went over there to see the mayor because they needed this land. They needed this land to, to be opened up and, and they could do construction there. So he went and he said, listen, we want to cooperate with your political situation. Whatever we can do, we want to do it. Thank you very much. The mayor knew who the guy was already. He said, thank you very much. Whatever you want to do. Bang. So they made a check. They made a check out. The guys that had the real estate, all that land, and they made him a check, for, I think it was, let's say $50,000. He had a $50,000 donation, and he kitsch. He left. Some time went by, and they have this beautiful land. And they can make buildings and houses and all that good stuff. And then the owner of all that land tells his worker, go see the mayor again, and over there, talk to him what we can do to open this up. If he can sign off on this, so they can, we can work and make buildings and constructions and houses and all that. The moral of the story is, everybody in life, listen to me and learn, has a price. Okay? Everybody has a price. So he went to visit him. And when he went to visit him, he sat there and he told him, Mr. Nieves, he sent me here again today to bring you this. He bring him a little bag. And in that little bag was $250,000. Ask me if that's a real story that I'm telling you. Ask me that. Is this a real story or a fantasy story? Ask me that question. Nobody wants to ask me that story if this is real? Ask me. Nobody wants to ask me. Okay. The guy went, he gives him a little bag, and in that little bag is a cool $250,000. So the mayor opens it up and he looks inside and he tells the guy, please tell your boss it is for real. It is for real, but without no names or nothing. No names. It is for real. He opens the bag and he says, listen, tell your boss that thank you very much, but I cannot sign off a waiver so you guys can start construction, your floor plans, your blueprints, engineering, all that good stuff. I can't. It was a real special, strip, a real nice highway, highway. They can open up all these things there. So he took his bag, he says, please take it, and he left. And the owner, Mr. Nieves, which is me, I'm getting desperate because I need to start this project that I want to start. And he went over there again, quickly now, with the same bag, but this time was a half a melon. Half a melon. Do you know what a half a melon is? Half a melon. And he gives the bag to the mayor. The story's almost over. He gives it to him. The mayor opens it up again, and he sees half a melon in the bag. The mayor looks at the Nieves' employee, and he says, listen, I can't take this, and I want you to take it. Listen to what he says, the mayor, so you understand how this works. Take this bag back with you, with this money, and tell your boss that he's already reaching a number that I might sign. You understand me? Everybody in life has a price to flip, to go to the dark side or stay here. Well, I haven't received that bag from nobody. You understand me? That's how it works. And that's how life is, ladies and gentlemen. It's scary, but it's the truth. Money is the rule of all evil. It is. It's just a tempted thing, it's crazy, but it's true. And somebody has to tell you the truth. So the mayor told him, vete con la bolsa, leave with this bag, leave with the bag, but tell your boss that he's already entering the number that he might convince me. Understand me? So at one moment, the mayor was becoming corrupted already. And that's how life is. Like the mayor we had in New Jersey, Menendez. Menendez. He had bars of gold, millions of dollars in jackets and sports, jackets and, fur coats and, all that stuff. He got pinched. Because te ponen corrupto. You get corrupted. Anyway, enough of that story. I hope you learned something for that. I have another gentleman too that you guys should hear about. This gentleman, which I call him Uncle Johnny in a sweet way. Uncle Johnny, a.k.a. Eddie Monster. He's from that stable of the Diamond District in 47th Street, in New York City. But he has a problem, He was in the dark side. Selling watches to you people and flim-flamming all of you out there and doing all kind of things, and I call him Eddie Monster, Eddie Monster from New York. But I'm hearing that he is getting kicked out of New York City because he's flipping on them. He's becoming now a truth teller, a truth teller after this. He's becoming a truth teller. So, he's here now in Miami, Florida, cruising around the streets, talking about this, don't let them fool you. Don't let them get you taken, all this good stuff. So that is Uncle Johnny, a.k.a. Eddie Monster, And I use the word Eddie Monster in a kind way, not in a bad way, you know. But I'm letting you guys know that after the fact that he did so many things to you people out there, that he fleeced you people out there, that he took away your children's tuition money, you know, he took away your children's dental insurance money, you know, he took your 401k that you work real hard, you know, now they're turning good, you know. But I've been good forever. I've been good forever. Thank God I've been good forever, you know? And I try hard, and I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just letting you know what's going on with that character. So keep your eyes open, your ears, you know, flapping around, so you know what's going on. We're dealing with people out there no son bueno. These people no good, papi. These people no good. You know, they're no good. You gotta watch out with these people. You gotta watch out. I also want to tell you something else, ladies and gentlemen. This is news that has been sent to me via text, via email, via comments to me. And I know about this, but you guys, most of you still don't agree with it, don't believe it. But Rolex is giving away discount on watches. You know what? I'm gonna take the responsibility of telling you on all watches they're giving discounts. You know, they're telling me it's between a 15 to a 25% discount on watches. So, you know, just to let you guys know what's going on, you know. You know, some people say, well, you know, I'm asking for an Oyster Perpetual green dial stainless steel 41 millimeter, but they don't have it. Okay, they don't have it. They don't have it. But they have other watches. You know, it's coming to that moment where Rolex is giving discounts on their watches. So you guys need to know about that, all right, guys? No sean bobo. Don't be dodo birds, you know. Don't be dodo birds, all right, guys? Don't be dodo birds. So you know what's going on, and I hope this helps you out. I really do. But I'm telling you that Rolex, you know, those people are running with big people, and they are untouchable. You know, they used to say that guy from New York was a Teflon man. I believe Rolex is a Teflon. You know, nobody can touch those people. Nobody. Nobody. As you know, like I spoke to you, you know, 3 weeks ago, I was telling you that they were talking about the Rolex, you know, the Rolex parts were being made in Xinjiang over there, you know, over there in Xinjiang in China, you know, the springs, the rotors, screws, bracelets, all this good stuff was being made over there. And they never address one moment, one word. You know, the chairman of the board, whatever you want to call it, you know, the big, you know, never, you know, el capo de tutti. El capo de tutti, never. One word, callao. Nothing. And ladies and gentlemen, this Rolex situation with China has blown away. And nobody has said a word again. You know, not a word. Not even that, you know, Carly D, not even the tennis player, whatever you call him, Roger something, never said a word. The other one too, the other one over there, nobody said a word. Everything is hush hush y más nada. Todo el mundo callado, everybody quiet. You know, the commercials has started all over again. And it's what I'm telling you, the masses in the world are so easy to convince. Now, if you ask me, have they convinced me? No. But I just joined the masses. But they haven't convinced me. You know? I said, okay, fine. Nobody's going to question it no more. Nobody's going to talk about it no more. It's a hush hush. And that's it. And that's why I'm telling you that these people have some kind of power, man. They have some kind of power. You know, a strong power. They can do whatever they want. You know, and Paco Gambino always told me, listen, you know, you just stay quiet. You just stay quiet and it'll blow away. It will blow away. And it has blown away, Papi. Rolex is back to normal. Nothing happened. Cuatro pescosa, you know, 4 slaps, shut up. It's over, you know? And Rolex is back again. Rolex is #1. There's nobody bigger than them. There's nobody bigger than the crown. Nobody bigger than the crown. I'm telling you, there's nobody bigger than the crown. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to give you now a watch market update because this is what you guys are waiting for. And I'm going to give you a watch market update. You know, so here it goes. Our first watch of the evening. It is a Rolex two-tone. You know, stainless steel with rose gold. In my time, with all due respect to all of you, and still today, still today, it was called a dog. I'm not going to use the dog with fleas, but I'm going to use it was a dog. You know, the root beer, two-tone, unbelievable looking watch. 40 millimeter, GMT. Thank you. At least you're giving me, Mr. Dr. Evil. You know, reference number 126711, CHNR. You know, has a retail price of $18,150. Does anybody know what price I'm going to tell you not to pay for that watch? Does anybody know? Don't be afraid. It's just a number. It's just a number in your favor. To the ones that bought it for 35, then you got a lot of problems going on. Okay, there it is. Mr. Evan says $16,000. You know what, Mr. Evan? I'm going to tell you, don't pay more than $16,500. And you know, it's what it is. It's what it is. You got to know the truth. You got to know the truth. In this channel, we say the truth. We say the truth in this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Our next watch is a Rolex. A Rolex Milgauss. You know, Milgauss with a blue dial. You know, Coca-Cola Crystal. You know, the little small Coca-Cola bottles. You know, they're the best ones. Let me tell you something. You know, I try not to drink Coca-Cola. I'm being honest. But there's a little bottle. It's green, you know. Beautiful little bottle it has, you know. Green. That is the best Coca-Cola you can drink. Very small, you know, but the best. And it has the crystal like the Coca-Cola. The Milgauss. 40 millimeter. Reference number 116400 GV. Retail price is $9,300. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have an idea how much I'm going to tell you? That's pretty good, Dr. Evil. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that. Okay, the Mexican Coke too. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the one from India? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean that. The one from India? Whew, I don't know. They got the best syrup there is. I'm telling you what it is. Here it goes, Dr. Evil. The Milgauss. The Milgauss. With the blue dial. With the blue dial. Okay, now we're talking, Mr. Donut. Now we're talking. Mr. Donut again, he's on fire. Listen, when you're on fire, you're on fire. And Mr. Donut's been on fire for the last 2 months already. You know? I think he's cheating. He's hanging out with another channel out there. You gotta say the truth, Mr. Donut, who you hanging out with. But don't pay. He says $7,500. And I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm stupid like that, don't pay more. And I mean, don't pay more. Okay, Mr. Donut, okay. Don't pay more than $7,900 and that he dead. He dead. He dead. I'm telling you what it is. Telling you what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a bone to pick with you guys. I got a bone. This is an unbelievable Rolex. White gold. Rolex white gold. This is unbelievable. Rolex white gold. Listen to this. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know this, white gold, You know, for whatever reason, I'm a white gold fanatic myself. I'm a white gold fanatic myself. But white gold is dead. White gold is dead. And this is a Rolex white gold GMT Pepsi oyster bracelet with the red and blue ceramic bezel. Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear this, I want you to hear me very, very carefully, you know? I really do, because this is unbelievable. You know, the red and blue ceramic bezel, but most of all, this watch has a blue dial. A blue dial. It has the complete package. Alberto, when you hear the price, your hair's gonna blow back and your socks are gonna fly off. All of you, when you hear the price I'm gonna tell you about this watch, you're not gonna believe me. You're not gonna believe me. Rolex white gold GMT Pepsi oyster bracelet, white gold, red and blue ceramic bezel, blue dial. Please, somebody give me a price on that watch. Reference number 126719BLRO. Unbelievable. I'm going to give you the retail price because I'm stupid. The retail price is $46,500. But they're telling you that the watch market is up and running. How much am I going to tell you not to pay for this watch? How much? Let me just say this to you. These people are parading the Rolex Pepsi red and blue ceramic bezel black dial Jubilee bracelet between $20,000 and $22,000. They can't, my God, who said that? NJC, wow, 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 wow. Go back to NJC. Go back to him. Go back to NJC. That's all I got to tell you. Listen to me. You guys, when you come to this channel, we come to learn together, all of us. Toma un poquito de agüita, a little bit of, you know, a little bit of water. But wow on that NJC. This is this is unbelievable. This is a $46,500 watch with the blue dial. And you have that Pepsi stainless steel with the Jubilee bracelet for 20, 22,000, 19, 18, 17, depends what it is. You know, all over the place, the watch. And this watch, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Take a look-see at it. Take a look-see. I'm never going to tell you to buy anything. Take a look-see at it. Don't pay for that Rolex white gold GMT red and blue bezel, blue dial, 40 millimeter. You know, unbelievable. Don't pay more. Ready? Don't pay more. This is disgusting. Don't pay more than $25,000 and dumping. But they're telling you that the watch market is up and running, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Up and running. That's right. Wow is the word. Wow is the word. Wow. There it is. There it is for you guys. Our next one is a Rolex stainless steel Daytona, the Panda. You know? The Panda. You know? Unbelievable, that Panda. You know, the white dial, black ceramic bezel, stainless steel. Yeah, they continue skip hopping around through life like rabbits. You know? Unbelievable. The Panda. You know, the old reference, 116500. Unbelievable, 40 millimeter. Retail price is $14,800. Mr. Alberto said $26,000. I'll take one more. I'll take one more. One more. Here it goes. You ready or no? You know, are you ready? There it is. Somebody said already premium is there. Oh boy. Whoa. Evan at 24. And here it goes. Because we don't play around here. We don't play. Don't pay more than $23,000 and Dumping! Dumping! You're giving your money away, Dr. Evil. I gotta protect you from that. Don't give your money away. Stop doing that. The watch market is dead in a backyard, you know, in a backyard pool and floating face down like this. Dead. 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 You do whatever you want. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep on showing you that this watch market is dead. You know, the watch market is dead. I'm going to talk about a Rolex white gold Daytona. How can this be? It's unbelievable. Sir, to all of you out there, please help me out here. Can a Rolex Daytona Oyster Flex, you know, forget about meteorite dial. A Rolex Daytona Oyster Flex, white gold, rose gold, yellow gold, be more expensive than a Rolex Daytona fully gold? Can it? The Oyster Flex, can it be more expensive? Can it be more expensive? One more time, the Oyster Flex Daytona than a fully gold Daytona. Should not, right? Should not. Should not, right? It should not. Should not. But is it? Are they? Are they Oyster Flex Daytonas more expensive than fully gold ones? That's the question. I hope not. Okay, I hope not. Nobody has answered me still. Okay, there it is, Mr. Donut again, Mr. Donut. Sadly, yes. Sadly, yes. I didn't say it. Mr. Donut said there, sadly, some are yes. This is crazy. Happy, this is deep today. This is deep. This is deep today. This is a Rolex white gold Daytona ghost. You know, like Casper the Friendly Ghost, fully white gold. I've been telling you white gold is dead. Dead in a backyard pool and floating face down like this. Dead. And the only one to find you is your dog. Dead. This is a fully white gold ghost. Unbelievable but true. 40 millimeter. Unbelievable. This is crazy. 116,509. Retail price is $41,600. How much do you think I'm going to tell you not to pay for that fully white gold Daytona ghost? How much? How can this be? But it is. Anybody know? Exactly. You're paying for a rubber that costs $600. Stop right there, Mr. Evan. Stop right there, Mr. Evan. Stop right there. Here it is. Mr. Evan told all of you the price. Mr. Evan told all of you the price. Don't pay more than $34,000. Tell me, how can that be? How can that be? How can that be? It's crazy. Don't pay more. You heard what Evan said. Don't pay more. Don't pay more. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a big fan of this watch. This is a Rolex date, 41 millimeter. You know, 41 with Arabic gray dial. You know, unbelievable. Unbelievable. White gold. One of my favorite Rolex date is the 41 millimeter. You know, discontinued, collector's choice, collector's dream, you know, collector's unit. Unbelievable watch. Unbelievable. Reference number 218239. Retail price of this watch is $39,250. You know, This is a beautiful watch, ladies and gentlemen. I find it beautiful. I'm a big fan. You know, maybe it's because I'm a little taller and I can wear those watches. You know, like this is like a 40. I don't know what this thing. This is like a 47. I don't know what it is. You know, so a 41 I can really rock it perfectly. And I'm gonna tell you, don't pay for this time machine, and you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch more. You ready for this? Papa, you ready for this? You need to know these things, Papa. Don't pay for that watch, and I mean this. Don't pay for that watch more than $25,500, and I'm gonna go gentle. Okay? You do whatever you want. La situación está jodida. There's no money out there. There's no more free government money. It's dried out. No more PPP loans. No more SBA loans. No more government grants. No more stimulus checks. No more protection, employment, check protection. No more, papi. The people were going crazy in the car, sending $700,000, $400,000, $200,000. People eating steak dinners, $17,000 steak dinners, you know, with the guy with the white t-shirt, the sunglasses, like 4 feet 9 inches, you know, and he will cut the steak, you know, and then he will throw some white stuff on your $17,000 steak, you know. If you like to do that, that's up to you. If you want to keep on maintaining these people's red go fast car, you know, their Nike Louis Vuitton sneakers, ripped jeans, Supreme backpacks, Supreme hoodies, Montclair sweaters, that's up to you. That's up to you. But somebody's telling you the truth. Somebody's telling you the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I get emails, people telling me, you're onto something, buddy. And they just leave. You know, that's what they tell me, you're onto something. You know, that's what they tell me. I mean, I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just telling you what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I have another watch here, which is a Rolex Date. Another Rolex Date. It's unbelievable. 40 millimeter, platinum, you know, blue dial, blue diamond dial, unbelievable. Markers, platinum. This watch at one moment was over $150,000. Over $150,000. Reference number 228206 with a retail price, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know it, you're going to know it today. With a retail price of $70,300. Does anybody have an idea how much I'm going to say not to pay for that beautiful platinum with a baby blue pamper? You know the Pampers, you know, when the babies were born, they would put Pampers. They were like a blue, you know. How much? Does anybody know? Anybody know? Nobody knows? Okay. Boy, that Corona era destroyed so many families out there, man. They wish today they had that money. There you go, $45,000. You are onto something. $60,000, Alberto. All right, that's good. One more, just in case. One more, 45 and 60. No more, no takers. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. No lo googleen. Okay, here it goes. Don't pay for that beautiful Rolex Date Platinum. You know, pamper blue dial, markers, diamond markers. Unbelievable, this watch. Don't pay for that watch more than $49,000 and doping. He did. I'm telling you what's going on. Save your wife's 401k. They're coming after your wife's 401k. That's all I got to tell you. That's all I got to tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an unbelievable watch. It's a Rolex two-tone, yellow gold, 41 millimeter Submariner. Reference number 126613. You know, this watch is a dog with fleas, to be honest. You know, a Submariner, you know, yellow gold with stainless steel. Retail price is $17,600. The new reference number. Don't be dodo birds. Don't be dodo birds. Don't pay more. And I mean, don't pay more for that watch. Don't pay more than $12,500. And he did. He did. You do whatever you want. Keep giving your money away, Evan. Keep giving it away. Here it goes. Next one, ladies and gentlemen. This is a nice one, too. This is a Rolex Oyster Perpetual, 41 millimeter. Unbelievable, with the beige dial. You know, it was just introduced in that place over there in Geneva, and watches in something over there. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want. The 134300, you know, retail price is $6,650. Somebody asked me for this watch, and I'm giving it to you. If you're here, just go like this to me. That's what you need to do. Here it goes. This is the beige one, you know, the beige one. A little cream beige one. Taupey, I don't know. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay. Wow, Mr. Donut. Wow. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, with Mr. Donut? Wow. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo-hoo, Mr. Donut. I'm in total disbelief. Don't pay for that watch. 134300. Don't pay for it more than $10,200. And he dead. He dead. I'm telling you, he's dead. I'm telling you, Mr. Donut, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, but wow. Mr. Donut, wow. Unbelievable. Our next watch is a watch that I have myself, which I like it very much. It's called the Rolex Stainless Steel Submariner Hawk. You know, that strong guy, that green guy, you know, unbelievable. 40 millimeter, reference number 16610. Unbelievable. LV, green dial, green bezel, green ceramic bezel. At the moment, the retail price of that watch was $88.50 or $88.60. That was the retail price, ladies and gentlemen. And it went all the way up to $35,000. They even sold one in Sotheby's for $95,000. In that Corona era, wow, Evan 16.2. In that Corona era, $95,000. You're gonna be in shock. Don't pay. And we're talking about used slider condition material watches in this channel. Used with all the bells and whistles. Used. Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that Rolex strong guy Hawk, you know? Don't pay. Mike, good one, Mike. Don't pay. I'm telling you, you do whatever you want. You know? Collector's choice, collector's dream, collector's gray, collector's unit, collector. You know? I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that Hawk, and you do whatever you want. But don't pay for it more than $14,900 and sideways. Dummy! Sideways. Dummy! Dead. You do whatever you want. I have it. I have it. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, is another watch here that another of our subscribers requested this price on this watch. This is the Rolex Yachtmaster Titanium 42 millimeter. You know, black ceramic bezel, black dial. Reference number 226627. Retail price $15,250. Let's see where you're at, Mr. Donut. Let's see where Mr. Blair is at. Come on, let's go. I need a couple of people out there. How much? Yes, it's a beautiful. It is. It is. You heard the retail price, and it's a hot watch. It's a hot watch, Mr. Donut. Thank you, Dr. Evil. Thank you so much. Listen to me. It's a hot watch. Hot come out of this watch. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the retail price of that Yachtmaster titanium black dial, black ceramic bezel, 226627. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay. We got to be truthful in this channel. If we're not truthful, we're not for real. You know, we got to be truthful. But don't pay for that watch more than $21,000 and you do whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. The watch market is F.U.B.A.R. F.U.B.A.R. You know what F.U.B.A.R is? If you don't know what F.U.B.A.R is, you Google it, because I'm not going to tell you. You Google it. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking of buying a mic. Our next watch, ladies and gentlemen, is a Patek Philippe white gold. Here we go now, boys. Patek Philippe white gold. Blue jean dial, blue jean strap. Unbelievable. 5980. 40.5 millimeter casing. Retail price is $85,290. How much am I going to tell you not to pay for that watch? How much? Exactly. That's what it means, Thurston Howell. That's what it means. Exactly. How much am I going to tell you not to pay for that watch? You know, Deputy Boxing Black Eyes tells you that's a very hard watch to get. That's why I'm asking for the watch $199,000. That's what he's asking you guys. $199,000. You gotta be, coño, no joda, no joda. Don't pay. Anybody know what I'm gonna say? That's a hard one. That's a hard one. No, that's a hard one. You're way off, Papa. You're way off. It's more expensive than that, Creative. It's more expensive than that. We gotta be truthful here. Nobody knows. Nobody knows, huh? I know there's an owner out there that owns a Patek Philippe. I know it. Here it goes. 5980, 40.5 millimeter casing. Bravo, Alberto, bravo, Alberto, bravo, Alberto, bravo, bravo, Alberto. Don't pay for that watch, for that Patek. White gold, blue jean dial, blue jean strap, 5980 with a 40.5 millimeter casing. Retail price is $85,290. Don't pay for that watch more than $157,000. Don't believe what Deputy Boxing Black Eyes tells you and his sidekick Jiminy Cricket with the Chia Pet spray can hair. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Patek Philippe, and I've been talking about this watch for the last 5 weeks. Here it goes. It's a Patek Philippe rose gold 5724 with a diamond bezel, factory diamond bezel, diamond dial, factory diamond dial. This watch at one moment, ladies and gentlemen, in that Corona era, that watch was over close to $500,000. Has a leather strap with the buckle and rose gold. Leather strap, buckle, casing in rose gold, diamond bezel, diamond dial. This watch was all the way up there, ladies and gentlemen. All the way to $500,000. This is the Corona era destroyed people. Destroyed people. They went crazy by them telling you people out there, watches are an investment. Papi, watches are an investment. When you're talking about, you know, something, Patek Philippe chronograph from the 1950s, you know, something supersonic, but these here, this mumbo jumbo, esto es pa esto, papi, pa darte duro. You know, if you don't understand what I said in Spanish, you Google it. But here it goes. Beautiful 5724. Has a retail price of $214,000. $214,700. Okay? $214,700. And I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I told you a couple of weeks, 210. Then the other week I told you 205. Then I told you 199. 196. And I'm gonna have to tell you today the truth. If you are an owner of this watch is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse, and I mean that. It's dropping faster than Billy Boy's pants. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch. Don't pay more than $186,000. And dump me, Mr. Donut. Dump me, Mr. Donut. Dump me, Mr. Donut. Unbelievable. Where's this gentleman getting all this information? I swear to all of you, I am not texting Mr. Donut with the numbers. I'm not. Scout's honor. I don't know how he's doing it, but there it is. You heard what I said. He's even cheaper than me. You do whatever you want. Our next watch is a Patek Philippe Rose Gold Aquanaut 40 millimeter rubber strap, 5167. Retail price, $50,927. Okay? And here it goes, ladies and gentlemen, because we got to get out of here already. It's getting late. You guys got to go to bed. Don't pay for that beautiful 5167 rose gold. Retail price, $50,927. Don't pay more, and I mean don't pay more than $66,000. And dumping! Dead. Our next watch is a Patek Philippe 5968 Aquanaut Chrono Blue Dial Blue Rubber. This is a major league stuff. I know you like this watch, all of you. I know you like it. It's Chrono. It's an unbelievable watch. Unbelievable. White gold. White gold. Retail price is $84,549. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. This watch is dropping. Blue dial. Yes, blue dial, blue strap, blue rubber strap. Chronograph. Major league stuff. You put this watch on with a pair of broken shorts, a roll-up shirt, and you put it in your hand, a pair of flip-flops, and the ladies, when you just say hello, their panties drop. That's all. That's all you need to do. You put that in your wrist, and the girls walk by, and you say hello, boom. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing. You're standing in the you're standing in the beach, with your broken shorts, your flip-flops, they say Brazil, or they say Italy, or they say Puerto Rico, and you're there all in a shirt rolled up, but you have that monster in your hand, and the girls just pass by, and you're saying to them, hello, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable, but true. Unbelievable. This is an unbelievable watch. The 5968 Aquanaut Chronograph, blue dial, blue rubber strap, $84,549 is the retail price. And I'm going to have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch more than $108,000. And dropping, I'm telling you, it's dropping, Papi. It's dropping. Listen, we have July, we have August, and we have part of September. This thing is going to continue dropping. It's dry, Papi. It's dry. It's dry out there, Papi. It's dry. In the desert, when they have cracks in the clay or, cracks, this is it. It's dry, Papi. This is dry. Esto se jodió. Esto se jodió. Se jodió. Se jodió. Se jodió. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Alberto wants to travel time, so we're going to have to give it to him, because I respect Alberto. Alberto, you're going to see what kind of guy I am. I'm going to give you that because I know who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my last watch of the evening. It is a Patek Philippe Rose Gold Aquanaut Travel Time 5164 Rose Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, the retail price of this watch is $68,109. $68,109. This watch, at one moment, I can promise you, it was all the way up, like the song, all the way up, all the way up. They're not like us. They're not like us. All the way up, all the way up. Man, big money, guys. You know, big money. Unbelievable, this watch. You know, this 5164. 190, $200,000, 160, you know? And I'm going to tell you, Alberto, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Alberto, you might have this watch. So if you have it, I'm sorry. And if you don't, then you can start looking at it. You can start looking at it. Don't pay for that watch. Creative has a number of $120,000. Don't pay for that watch more than Thurston has $98,000. Okay, Thurston, you're onto something. Here it goes. You know, this is like la boo-boo. You know la boo-boo? You know the la boo-boo. La boo-boo. You know, the little toy, la boo-boo. Don't pay for this watch, Alberto. You do whatever you want. Thurston, here it comes. Don't pay more. You want a full set. If it ain't full set, you don't want it. Don't pay more than $92,000 and doping. Whenever you want to use these numbers, you tell them in their face that you are a subscriber of Opus and Time Watches, and the numbers that he tells me is the numbers that I would like to negotiate. Not that you're buying, negotiate. Understand me? You use my name. And if you want to get a faster response, you use Kino's name. Joaquin to you, Kino to me. Okay? They respect my numbers. When they hear my name, they shake in their boots. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was so much fun. I can't believe that I've been hanging out with you guys for 89 minutes. That's a long time. This is my longest video that I've done with you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. You learned something. Use it to your advantage. Don't get fleeced, flim-flam by these hoodwinks and hucksters. You know, don't let them get you guys, all right? I'm proud of all of you. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for all of you that are here today with me. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm happy you guys are here with me. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, to all of you. And I mean, that means all of you that supported the channel today. You know, I mean, just being here, you're supporting the channel. Thank you very much again from the bottom of my heart. I don't even know what to say. I think we had a real good show, and we had fun, and we laughed and all that good stuff, right? Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video, guys. Thank you so much again. Like me and Sweet Kid Kino will tell you guys always, and I mean always, take care and brush your hair.